Oh!
Hey, buddy.
Cameras are rolling, Remi.
Okay.
Where's yours?
Shall we do this again?
I'm just going to brush my teeth. Cool.
Essential.
But this is me.
Okay, should we load it in?
You kicked that quite far.
I did, yeah. It was unintentional. I just had such gusto when I came through the front door that I just punted a box across your house. Are you ready, Christian?
I'm ready, baby.
Yeah?
Excited.
Let's go see a boat.
Yes, let's go and see a boat.
Stick your head forward. Stick your head forward. Where are you? There he is. Look.
Hi.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Thanks for the shadows again.
It's all right. So, I'm Charles,
I'm Christian.
I'm Remi.
and we're going to go look at a boat in Chatham Harbour.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Originally called Greater Manchester. What Greater Manchester Challenge?
Greater Manchester Challenge.
Now named
Sonntag skinned.
Sontag. Sounds like a techno album.
It does. It means in German, the Sunday child. It's so weird having a camera there. Originally commissioned to bring.
Well, you'll get a hang of
Stage fright now.
You're gonna get.
We
You'll
need
get
a
a hang.
teleprompter.
Yeah.
We do. That'd be great, actually. I actually have one at home. I should have brought it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet. You know, Peter McKinnon's page is very polished, but I bet
Yeah.
he was doing a lot of this at the beginning. If you're watching Pete, big inspiration to me and Remi. Christian never heard of you, but he's going to binge now. Yeah, you've been a big part of my life when I was struggling with some mental health issues. We're going to try and become YouTubers, so thank you for the continuing inspiration.
And
anyway,
of course, if you want, you're invited on the boat.
on the boat,
For its maiden voyage.
across the Atlantic.
And if you know how to sail, or have any experience sailing, that'd be great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not necessary, though.
We don't.
We don't. But,
Absolutely none.
None at all. Zero. Never been on a boat, in fact.
Ferry.
Been on a ferry across the English Channel, but how big's the boat, Christian?
She's 76 feet.
Cool. So small.
So pretty big.
History of the boat. Hit us. Go.
So, originally commissioned as the Greater Manchester Challenge, and she later essentially became a training vessel to take up to 16 cadets to sea, plus the skipper, called Paul Bew, who we're meeting today at 1 o'clock in front of the boat. I'm not sure when the last time he saw the boat in the flesh was, so I think he might be in for a surprise because she now has no mast, no sails, and no rigging. Still a very good-looking boat, and large. And I'm in a bit of a crossroads in my life, and I'm not entirely sure which direction to go in. And so I don't know. There's something about this boat that drew me in, and I thought this would be a really great project to do with some friends.
And to stitch a little bit of jeopardy into it, the deposit's already been paid
Yeah.
on the boat, and we have until the 31st of May to get it out of Chatham Harbour. At which point, either it stays in Chatham Harbour and we pay an extortion amount for the mooring, or it goes into Turk's shipyard next door, who are going to give the hull a full appraisal whilst it's in dry dock, and then quote for repaneling the steel hull, sandblasting, respraying, priming and respraying the whole boat so that it can then go back into the water. The boat was used to teach cadets how to sail. It then got taken on board by the Ocean Youth Club, another charity. Which is where-
That was the Ocean Youth.
that was the Ocean Youth
Yeah.
Club. Okay, right. They're the ones. There's actually a BBC documentary. We're going to try and get some archival footage of it sailing across the Atlantic. 2018, it was bought by a private owner who there was an intention to refurbish the whole boat. And it's since been collecting dust and rust, stripped of its mast, rigging and everything, and has been sitting in Chatham Harbour ever since. We are going to try and do up the whole boat and learn to sail, hopefully taught by Paul, the original skipper.
Take the try out. We are going
We
to.
will.
We're going to.
Yeah,
we're going
okay.
to. We're also going to become YouTubers, and we're going to make a documentary, which is where Remi and me come in, because Remi and I both work in the film biz. Remi is an award-winning documentary filmmaker. I would like to win an award. Maybe it'll be for this documentary.
Yeah.
It'd be great, but that's not why we're here. The through line, we're going to finally get there, is to do up this boat so that it can be used to take new cadets to sea, men who are struggling with mental health issues, to come together and help them overcome their mental health struggles that they're facing. Hopefully we're going to align with some charities. We've already started reaching out to people and tell this story. So that's kind of the opening of this vid. It was quite long-winded. We're probably going to cut it down significantly. I think we're getting there. There's good content. There's good content in here.
What are we calling this project?
The Greater, together, the Greater Man Challenge.
Hi.
The hunter becomes the hunted, my friend.
becomes the hunted.
We're about to meet Oliver, who's Peter's partner at
This
Network
guy
Yachts.
walking up here.
And you can see the boat over there, the big blue hull.
Oh my god, I can. Yeah, there it is.
We're here at Chatham Marina, about to see the Greater Manchester Challenge. Let's go have a look at her, see what she looks like.
She's massive.
He's massive.
She's big, yeah.
We're about to meet Paul, who captained her, skippered her in '92 and for a few years. So we'll have a lot more reliable information once we have a chat with him. Built through, I think, charitable donations for good cause, and then she spent a lot of years training or being used to train young boys at sea.
Right, it's time to train some older boys at sea then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Welcome back aboard.
Yeah, it's been 30 years. Good to meet you.
You too.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
You well?
Nice to meet you, yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Left her in 92.
And this is what there's that documentary that's on YouTube, the BBC thing with all of the boats, yeah.
Yeah, we all have a desire to learn how to sail. And
Where best to start?
yeah, exactly. With the old skipper.
They follow where the boats are. Like Sir Thomas Sopwith has gone to the Med. Unfortunately, a couple of the others have gone to the Dogs.
Yeah.
And this one's hidden here.
Yeah.
What are your first thoughts?
Well,
Where are the sails? Where's the mast?
no. Well, she's in one bit, isn't she?
Yeah,
I'm
she
just.
is.
Should I say this? I'm amazed she's floating.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say that.
Yeah,
Of course.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look around. To go across was 22. To come back was 26 days.
It's not much, is it?
Wow. It's not like here, is that?
No, Christian said that they stripped it out.
So these were the mates' cabins.
Yeah.
So first and second mate.
What, cabin in there?
Yeah, two first and second mate, but that's loads of them.
Wow.
The others were jealous of me because we had the
We
had a captain's table, had a double bed, and the escape hatch through to the lazarette or the back locker.
Yeah, she hasn't been kept very tidy.
No.
Whoever had her last was a chain smoker and used anything he could as an ashtray. So yeah, she's been she hasn't been looked after for a long time.
2018, I think it was, that it went into private ownership. I think
It came from Morning Star Trust, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had plans on doing something with her and then changed their business model and they decided to buy 3 smaller boats
Yes, they got the
and
similar
go,
thing.
yeah, got rid of this.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Hopefully that's the only reason why they got rid of her.
Well, we'll soon find out when she's in Turk's shipyard.
And they haven't put some blue
So you're
tape
doing
under
Turks across the road?
Yeah. We've kind of lit a
I
fuse
didn't
under
realise you had a
ourselves.
dry dock. I found out, somebody told me this morning that the Turks got a dry dock.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
next to the
Yeah,
historic Docklands.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've lit a fuse under ourselves because it's basically got to be out of here by the 31st of May, which means when it gets into Turks, the minimum quote for just stripping, sandblasting and repainting is 25 grand, not to mention steel. So we basically figured out we've probably got to raise at least 50,000 quid in the next 12 weeks
Wow.
in order to pay the bill. But that's jeopardy,
That's
guys.
exactly.
That's jeopardy.
Yeah. That's where the challenge really lies.
That's great, you know.
Yeah.
Are
This
these
is one of the greater man challenges.
the great one of the great man challenges? Yeah.
Yeah.
The first great challenge. Your company is City Sailing.
I'm city sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I work for the Ellen MacArthur Trust sometimes in the summer, taking the children with cancer sailing.
Amazing.
So still there, still trying to.
You want to teach us how to sail?
Yeah, that'd be no problem.
Do you want to sail this boat across the Atlantic?
No.
Okay, well we're halfway there, guys.
Yeah.
We're
Is that what
halfway
you're going
there.
to do?
I think so. I think it deserves
Yeah.
to go back across again.
Across.
Yeah.
The going across was easy. It's coming home.
Yeah.
There is rigging, standing rigging, in the front of the boat that remains. And apparently, we'll ask Oliver in a bit, there is one boom that has been recovered. The rest, we don't know. Oliver will know.
boom? Sorry, you don't know.
No, we don't know.
In storage.
It's like, yeah, in storage somewhere.
Okay.
Hopefully not far from here. We need to assess the quality of it and decide if it can be salvaged.
But the idea for the mast, which is quite a romantic one, is to go and find a forest up in Scotland. And your feet down here, Remi. Oh wow, yeah.
No plans, but we've got a recipe for spaghetti bolognese.
Oh, look at that. Well, we won't go hungry.
We won't. And chili con carne.
So this is the kitchen, the galley. There's the gardener. That is the engine.
Put this stainless in the winter of '91. It had to change for code of practice, so we emptied the whole lot out, and it's all clad in stainless. I've still got the leftover stainless in the garage.
Have you?
So you've got 2 tanks under there, each a ton.
Yeah.
One's fuel, one's
Fresh water.
fresh water.
So you can carry 1,000 litres of diesel.
Ton of each, yeah.
Ton of
1,000
each.
litres of each.
Diesel and water.
Mhm.
Got you. So you've got quite connected with some of the people that were actually on the boat when you did the original transatlantic. Amazing.
There's a few of them
Be
still.
great to chat to,
Good
chat to
story.
everyone
Yeah.
about their experiences.
Life changing.
Yeah.
All of us. It was
Yeah.
life changing. It was just something that was just amazing that we still talk about.
So how much actual sailing experience had you had before you became...
Am I allowed to say that? Well,
Statute of limitations has run out now, I think.
I was lucky enough to work at the National Sailing Centre in sort of '86, '87. Then I did my yacht master there. I just turned 18.
That's when we were born. 86, 87, 86, 87.
That's scary, isn't it?
Was it quite daunting when you first left the European coastline on your voyage across?
I was too naive to.
Really?
sounds like some other people. This is great. Winning.
Naive. But I knew I had a great boat. Great heavy metal boat.
Well, the rigging is in the bottom there. There's quite a lot of metal lines. You maybe know how to spot whether lines can be reused or whether they're people are gone. You did that.
I did that quickly. I recognise it.
What, as in folding this round?
Yeah, so you put the cloth on it one way, and then you put the Stockholm string. It's got Stockholm tar. Smell it, it's gorgeous. Does it still smell?
It smells like old leather.
Yeah, when you get it, it smells like between leather and tar. It's absolutely gorgeous. So that'll be a backstay. So you've got your mast up, right? You have your stays at the side holding it up, but there's nothing holding it back. So you have stays coming back.
Yeah.
You pull them. So every time you turn through the wind, when the boom goes out, you have to slacken one side and pull the other side on.
Yeah.
So you should have 2 sets of running backstays,
Yeah.
and that's one of those.
Actually, the tidiest part is the kitchen.
You don't want to get that caught on an angle grinder.
So-
Definitely not.
This-
No, yeah.
The only thing that terrifies me is electrics. I'm useless with cabling, so that's something we're going to have to outsource.
If you're taking all the panels out, just start again.
Drowning engine in there.
Yeah, but above the waterline, the engine looks pristine, and those things are indestructible.
Yeah, even when submerged in water for 9 years.
Yeah, it's only the bottom crankcase, but I want to see how easy it is to pull her out. Because if we can do that, then great. It means we can access underneath, sandblast
Basically
underneath.
just take all of this woodwork out. I mean, it's all coming out anyway. The whole
Yeah.
thing's got to be completely
Yeah.
emptied. Basically just an empty hull.
Yeah, basically.
Are you going to try and do that gently, or are you going to take a sledgehammer to it?
Gently. Yeah. Gently first.
Yeah, until you get pissed off.
That's it, exactly. Yeah. And I would like to raise this a little bit.
Yeah.
We're tall, we're big.
I mean, you're tall.
You're not little.
Sub 6.
Sub 6. What are your thoughts, Paul?
Above average.
Love it.
You love it?
Love it.
Yes.
Back in my old seat. We broke the gaff.
Broke the gap.
Broke the gaff. We had an accidental jibe while I was asleep. Snapped the gaff.
Asleep at the
Bill.
helm or asleep down here?
No, I was down here. This. I tell you what. You're not videoing now. I'll tell you. Cut this bit. So I'd be up most of the night because that's where you put your pedal to the floor. So what you do this. I like this. And you have a routine. So you'd have every now and then it'd be the different team each day would come and clean. So there'd be young people would come with their fucking bucket and clean up around here. It was just weird. It was just like sort of in an office where the office cleaners came down. And I sort of dozed in the day and sort of wake up about 3 o'clock. Then back into that pattern again. Sitting here was great because you can hear up there. So you can hear what's going on. You can hear the propeller shaft going round, so you know how fast you're going. You can hear the chats at the chart table. So if somebody's saying, "Do you think that ship's going to hit us?" You know it's time to get up. So it was really many hours. We're either sitting here or just standing there leaning on the chart table with a cup of coffee on the top. But yeah, grand memories. Awesome, great. Yeah, I loved it. I sound like an old fella, don't I?
No. It's great hearing you talk
swing
about
the
this.
It's reminiscent.
No, well, I want to be involved all the way through. I want you to keep in touch and everything.
Oh,
just
100%.
phone. I just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
as I said before, I haven't left sail training.
Yeah.
I still have young people that I'm teaching, and we talked about the Sea Cadets, didn't we? I think the more we can get people into it, the more we get young people into it.
So that's it. We wrapped our first day of filming, official filming, for the Greater Man Challenge. Paul, the original skipper, was a real gentleman. He was so thrilled and interested by the project, and a wealth of information and stories as well, some of which we didn't get on camera because he asked us to stop rolling. They were quite amusing, but we've got about 10 weeks to raise all the money that we need, and we're hopefully going to figure out exactly what that's going to be.
Rolling that whole time.
So, I wasn't rolling the whole time. I should have got that, shouldn't I? Like a man pushing 40 getting used to vlogging. Running across the bridge there as they sounded the alarm. Thrilling stuff, guys.
Thrilling stuff.
Thanks very much for coming along. Thank you very much for watching.
I need practice on camera.
Yeah, don't worry, you're going to get plenty of that, my friend.
And yeah, please support.
Please support.
Please donate. Anything you can give. Like, share, subscribe.
Hit the subscribe button. Well, this is the Greater Man Challenge.
Day one.
Day one. Over and out.